thumpity thump thump. Ah. Alright, so the task for today is to get these 3 piles of firewood into our woodshed. When we first moved onto the property, the previous owners had left us about 3 cords of wood. It was sitting where the container is sitting now. We had to very quickly move that entire pile somewhere else so that we could back the trailer or the container up into that spot. So what we did was we threw everything into a dump trailer and dumped it in 4 piles out of the way. We got one of those piles moved up to the woodshed within that first week, but we haven't gotten around to getting these other 3 piles. Since then, it has snowed 8 inches. It was a surprise snow for us, and it is calling for a week of rain coming up within the next 2 days. So before this wood gets completely soaked, we need to get it up there into the wood pile, because we're going to need that wood to stay warm for this winter. So that's the task. All right, we got the wood stacked. We had a couple pieces that wouldn't fit on this pile, so we put them in the lower wood pile down there. And now we're just going to give you a couple other updates of things that have been going on around here. All right, so let's talk about our refrigerator. We did move the refrigerator out here a couple days ago, and so far it is working. It is keeping the internal temperature of the refrigerator below 40 degrees, and so far we have not had to turn the unit on. The benefit of that is that it's not drawing from our battery bank, and so we're not having to run the generator to keep the fridge running. The downside to moving it out on the porch, and one of the reasons we hesitated, is we lose all freezer capability. The temperatures here in our particular climate are not cold enough to freeze, and also when you move a refrigerator freezer unit outside, even if we had this thing running, it would not freeze. The freezer would not work because of the temperature. So we have it out here sitting on the porch, and it is not running, and we have the refrigerator, which is working. That's a good thing. Now, a lot of you guys have mentioned a lot of great suggestions as far as why don't you guys go buy a propane fridge or a DC fridge or a chest freezer, or they've seen a couple other YouTube channels that have built outdoor refrigeration units. We have taken all that stuff into consideration. It is stuff that we've researched previously as well. But a lot of those will not work in our particular situation, or it's a very expensive, such as the propane fridge, it's a very expensive option that we're not ready to invest in yet. Kind of like when you get into carpentry, it's measure twice, cut once. Well, we are thinking through all of our problems and trying to come up with the best solution that's going to work for us, that's going to cost the least amount of money. And a lot of those situations, or a lot of those solutions, are going to be just band-aided until we've come up with something more permanent. And right now we don't want to invest a whole lot of money in this particular house. We just want to get it functional to the best that we can, so that we still have enough finances and resources left over to build our other house. And now I'm going to send you over to Jeremy, who's going to talk a little bit about what's going on with the battery bank.
Okay, a little update here. I ordered a charge controller to replace this little PWM charge controller, and it should be in a couple of days. I have traced all of these wires all the way up the hill, and I retested all the panels, and I was getting 20.5 volts at the panels and 13.1 here in peak sun. So I'm losing like 7 volts between here and the panels. And I measured it. It's 285 feet from here to the panels. So I'm going to put in that new controller when I get it, and I'm going to rewire the panels, see if I can bump up the voltage at the expense of dropping the amps to get these batteries equalized. We're almost there, we're just not quite there, so I need more voltage coming down the hill. And that way I don't have to spend a bunch of money replacing that cable with big 2 gauge or 2/0. So that'll be the next step in sort of making minor changes, measuring, testing, making more changes, etc. May add another panel, push more voltage, get this to equalize, just to get us to the sweet spot. And that's that.
And finally, guys, an update on our pantry. So far, the R13 insulation has been working to keep everything in here above freezing. I don't necessarily know that this would work in some of the more severe climates. We have a pretty mild climate here where during the days it's in the 40s and 50s, at night drops down into the 20s, sometimes the teens. But because of that, because it's pretty mild, it is keeping everything in here above freezing. So far, so good on that. So that's it for now. That's all of our projects for today. We'll definitely take you guys along. We have a ton of projects that we have to do. We're just trying to prioritize them and figure out how best to attack each one. And we'll definitely take you guys along with that. It is a little bit of a challenge editing video here. It does require generator use. Jeremy's going to walk you through our internet and how we edit video here in another video. But in the meantime, we are very active on Instagram. We're posting just about every day. If you guys want to know more of the day-to-day stuff, definitely check out our Instagram channel, Guildbrook Farm, and you guys can see more of what's going on. We have stories usually with each one of our pictures. So thank you guys for tagging along with us, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.